on. Just tagged a bunch of people. It's about 4 minutes of, so just getting ready. See who's out there. I see 4 different people. Welcome. This is total body sculpt today with a little concentration on legs. So we're going to do chest, we're going to do shoulders, and a huge concentration on legs. I promised you that last week. So I got a new fandangled light and camera tripod, all kinds of stuff. So we'll see how that works out today. So hopefully my cat is floating around in the background here. My dog is outside because he barks way too much. So, so what do you need for today? Just quickly, as always, some light dumbbells. Okay, possibly heavy dumbbells depending on what you do for chest, and if you if you have a ball, that would be great. If not, you can certainly use dumbbells, not a big deal. So, oh, that's nice. Bridget's watching me from the other room. Lazy. Oh. I'm on my own today to videotape myself. I don't have my trusty assistant, but it's all right. It's fine. Again, checking out my new tripod. B. Taylor, if you're out there, I don't see you, but you got to get hooked up with this. It's really cool. Got it on Amazon for about $50. I wish I could show it to you, but the camera is in it, so on the phone. It's got 3 different slots for cameras. It's got light. It's got a lighting tower. It's pretty cool. What I like about it is I can turn it in a little moment's notice, so that'll be cool. So as I get down to the floor. All right, can you guys see me? Looks like it. I think it's about almost 5 o'clock. Let me check. Okay, we have about 1 minute, so I'll give it a couple seconds. So, hey, quick shout out to all the instructors out there. Lots of classes all week, sometimes 6 and 7 a day. So, again, it's been cold. It's been a little bit damp. People are outside. People are inside. People are rearranging their living room. So, again, shout out to all those folks who are taping and shooting videos for everyone. So we've got everything from Zumba to yoga to total body sculpt to bar to booty yoga. What else am I forgetting? We've got all kinds of stuff. Chair yoga, you name it. So kids boot camps, you name it, we're here. So check it out. You don't have to be a member of the Y to be part of this. If you want to do any classes, all you have to do is have a friend log on to or asked to have permission to come on to YMCA Southcoast group exercise classes. They'll be let in immediately or as quickly as an administrator can get to it, and boom, you're in. Okay? All right, so it's 5 o'clock. I know it's almost supper time. This isn't a great time, but I always promise you 20 to 25 minutes. So we've got 3 rounds of work today, but a couple of things to do with 3 rounds. So a couple of the rounds have 3 exercises in them, a couple have 2. We're going to go around 2 to 3 times, but again, you can go around as many times as you want. You can go around once if you want. That's perfectly fine. So whatever you think works for you, everything's modifiable. So join me when you're ready. Okay, so we're going to start right in with, we're going to get all the big body parts first. It's always important to do the big body parts first. You never start with hey, Francie, I'm so excited to see you. You're going to do it live with me today, huh? So we're going to start with a warm-up as always, and you should always do the big body part. So I'm going to start with, if you don't have a ball, you can use a dumbbell. So Francie, you've done these a million times with me. These are the V-ups, okay? So if you don't have a ball, no worries. So this one is a ballast ball. It's got sand in it, so it's going to make it even tougher. So what I'm doing is I'm touching down for a squat, holding the ball nice and tight, and we're going to trace the letter V. Back down and up. Back down and up. Let's try to do 5 on each side, okay? If Dawn's out there, I promise I will count this time. There's 3 right there. So you're going to log out, hold that ball nice and tight so you're getting the obliques and the abs in. As we also get the legs in. Bringing that ball. Doesn't have to be crazy fast. There's 5. Beautiful. And up. Now again, if you don't have a ball, you could have always used a dumbbell, or just your hands is fine too. So you can come on down, reach your hands up, come on down, reach the hands up, whatever you're thinking. Oh, it's all about getting the heart rate up a little bit, okay? So, what's the next thing? Star lunges. So, we're going to start, it's a squat and a lunge, both forward and back, both legs, okay? So, you can see my heart rate's up already, so that's great. So, we start with our heels slightly outside our hips. We come down for our squat, and again, as low as you feel comfortable. We step forward, we lunge, we come back to center, we squat, we step backward, we lunge. Now we're going to switch feet, so you can get 5 on each side. So we're squatting, left foot now, or whatever foot you didn't have forward, back to center, a little bit wide here, stepping back for a little bit of a wide squat, really get the glutes in. Now, if you joined Cassie at 4 o'clock, and hopefully you're not going to do both sculpt classes, she did a real concentration on glutes. I'm not staying here long, but we're just coming down. There's 2. Let's get to 2 on the other side. Forward, lunge. Now make sure as you're stepping back, you've got your squat. Stepping back, you've got 90-degree angles here between both legs. I'll give you the side view, okay? So we're coming here for our squat. We step forward, make sure I'm still on the camera, and make sure that you don't have to go down far, okay? You just have to be wide enough with your stance to feel it in both glutes. So deep is not the key. Wide and strong through both glutes is the key. So we're squatting again. Let's come forward. Squat. I'm just moving so you guys can see me in the camera. And I'll come back around now. Squat. Here's round 3. See if we can get 5 on each side. Squat. And down. Perfect. Again, coming forward, other leg. Just so you're working all the body, really warming up. Lift that chest nice and tall. You can have your hands wherever you need to, around your waist, whatever you're thinking, whatever's comfortable. Back to the squat, stepping back. There's a lot of balance here too. Lunges are a ton of balance. And in that balance, you bring in all the core muscles. Last set, squat. When I say core, I'm not just talking about abdominals. That's what people tend to always register core as. Core is your upper glutes. I'm gonna stop now. It's your upper, inside, inner thighs. It's your quads. It's your glutes. It's your abdominals. It's your low back. That is all your core. So all of those will fire as you're looking to get balance, okay, moving from side to side. Last thing we're going to do with this round of 3 for legs warm up is what's called the Malasana squat. Now, if you can't, which we do in yoga, if you do yoga, if you feel like you can't get down too low, you go as low as you possibly can. So just to feel the wideness, this is for inner thighs a little bit more. So now we're going to start with our feet really wide. If you had a yoga mat or some type of mat, you'd almost want to be out to the edges of it, turning the toes just a little bit, and then just coming down slow and low, okay? So now again, as low is up to you, slow is to follow me. If you want to, you can get to prayer position. If you want to just place your hands on your knees, that's fine. Your knees should be over those middle toes. If you can get even lower into a real Malasana squat, that's great. And again, try not to sink right down. Lift through the center and feel the inner thighs working and the outer glutes. So once we're here, we're going to come up really, really, really slow. And if you want to add the overhead, that's perfect. That's really going to give you some nice balance. So coming on down again. And again, if you need to adjust, most of you can stop right here if that's fine. If you're feeling the inner thighs and the outer glutes, that's fine. I'm going to come all the way down to almost to the ground here. Sit for just a few minutes. Feel the quads working and coming up really, really, really slow. Push through the heels and on up. Woo! See if we can get 5. Coming on back down. Nice and slow. Now, if you feel like your knees are coming out over your toes, widen that heel stance a little bit, okay? Coming on down. Staying, lift up through the chest a little bit. And coming up slow, 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 slow. Up, big deep breath in. We won't sun salutation here, but you get the idea. Coming on back down. Sometimes slow is tougher than fast, right? You know it. We tend to do all kinds of boot camps all week. Everything's fast. We're butt kicking and jumping and doing everything you can possibly do. But sometimes real strength, you can see whether you're, how strong you are when you have to do things slow. And coming up, big deep breath. Woo! There's your Malasana. I'm sweating. I don't know about you guys, but so we're going to go around that one more time. Paula McDonald, good to see you, my friend. Who else is out there? Thanks for joining me. I love it. I'm waving too. You guys can wave to me too. Leave me comments as we go along. I love having people I can interact with. That's the beauty of doing this live, is that it's kind of like I'm in your living room, right? Or you're in mine. Anyway, I got the cat here with me. So let's go around one more time. This time, we're going back to V-ups. Instead of the ball, oh, look at this. Kids are writing to me. Nice. Kids that owe me journals and things are flashing onto my screen. We're going to use dumbbells, okay? So instead of the ball, we use the dumbbell, but we're still going to trace that V. So we're coming down, come on up, down, up right in front of you. So if you look at the letter V right here, here's the bottom of the V as I do my squat. Here's the top of the V. Why lift my hands? Because that's nice transitional movement. Now you can do this from a chair. You can do this from a chair. You do not have to stand. I'm thinking of Paula out there. I know it's a knee issue, Paula. So you can do this from a chair if you want to and just lift, reach down, lift, reach down. So lots of options, okay? Again, a couple more. And up. I know my counting police are out there, so I don't know. I think this might be more than 5, but you know, hey, I got to coach and talk, right? And come on up. And that's about it. So we got hopefully 5 on each side. Star lunges, here we go. So we start, anybody do join me? No. So, beautiful. So we're gonna start with a nice wide squat again. We call these star because we use both legs, both directions. It's kind of not really the greatest looking star, but we'll pretend, right? So wide squats, heels right outside hips, maybe a foot's distance outside the hips. Coming on down squat, back up, coming to a front lunge, back to a squat. So just that step from here to here on that one foot brings a lot of core in. We squat, we're coming on back down. We're back to center. Now I'm on my left leg. Let's see if we can get 5 on each side. Woo, beautiful. Keep going. Again, working. That back lunge. We're gonna come forward, back to center. And again, toes should be turned out just slightly. Here's the side view if you need it. Squat, coming forward, back to center. I'm moving just a little bit so I can stay in the camera for you guys, but you guys should keep the feet rooted. Coming forward, back to center, and back down. I don't know, maybe is that 4? I can't remember. I can't talk and watch. It's easier when Bridget tapes me, then I can see who's on the call. Now I gotta keep looking. It's crazy, it's a lot of work. I'm kidding. Last round. Francie, are you doing this with me still? Or are you saying I'm gonna do it later? I know. And you're watching me and drinking a glass of wine. That's what most people do at 5 o'clock. I know. It's all right, my feelings are not hurt. And we're done. All right, last set, Malasana squats, and we're moving more to upper body. We're gonna hit the floor for a minute, get some hamstrings and chest. Last set of Malasana squats. So what are we working here? Inner thighs, a little bit of quads you're gonna feel. And again, slow, deliberate strength. Here we go. Nice and wide. If you had a mat, your feet would be almost outside the mat. Turn the toes out just slightly. We're coming on down. Again, if here's your squat, that's all you need. I'm going to come all the way down. See if I can get my elbows inside my knees for the Malasana squat. If you want to set your intention and you're a yogi, go right ahead. Coming up nice and slow. Push to the heels, through the heels, and up. Again, bring the hands together. What's happening here? When you bring the hands together, you're closing the chain of motion too. Okay, not only is it a spiritual piece in yoga, but you're closing the chain of motion for those obliques. And your toes should be able to wiggle just a little bit here. Come on up. Nice and slow. Big deep breath. Lift the chest. We got 3 to go. Coming on down. And I say slow, 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 slow. You are in control of this. Not easy, right? Come on up. 2 more. Coming on down. Really breathe through it. Just like we should be doing everything. Never taking the breath out of an exercise. Sometimes exercises move a little fast, and it's easy to lose our pattern of breath. We get anaerobic, really high. Pushing up through the heels and up. All right, I need a sweat towel because I'm sweating a lot, so just kidding. I'm gonna move this just a little bit. So hi, Sin, how are you? Bernie, you better be doing this workout. Deb Bebo, thanks for sharing with me. All right, so now we've got a ball. So if you don't have a ball, you can just do a bridge. It's not really a big deal. You're still gonna work the hamstrings, just not gonna get quite as much as you would if you had a ball to move. I'm gonna start with hamstring curls, then I'm gonna stay on the floor and do some chest presses. So here's where you need a somewhat heavy set of dumbbells. I don't know, whatever you do for a chest press. I'm gonna use 10s. And again, if you have a ball, that's great. I'm just gonna move this down just a little bit so you guys can see me. Hey, pretty cool, huh? I'm really loving this new tripod with the light. I don't need the light yet because it's fairly light, but I thought in case I ever have to tape a class at night, right? We've got to be ready. Always got to be ready, right? Okay. Well, I actually do Zoom meetings with my kids at night, so that's very helpful. I've got sometimes, parents don't get home till later and they need to, to see you. So, and sometimes I don't have great lighting in my house. So, all right, so we're going to sit. Hopefully you guys can see me. Okay. So I've got my ball. If you don't have a ball, okay, we're going to start with just a nice bridge. So we're going to start with our heels, maybe slightly outside our hips, just a little bit, okay? Hands on the ground, head is on the ground. And I want you to think about rolling your shoulders underneath you, okay? That's the key here. So as you pick up through the heels, try to roll the shoulders underneath you and lift through the chest. So believe it or not, you're lifting the heart space open. That's what a real bridge is. Now, if you can get your legs a little closer to you, great, okay? Now, what if you can't be on the floor, okay? I know we've got some folks out there that can't be on the floor. You can simply stand the back of a chair, okay? And I'm going to show you hamstring curls in a minute. But you can stand in the back of a chair, pretend I'm standing, okay? And just curl let me do it here. Curl the leg, okay? Well, you'd be standing upright. I'm just making sure you can still see me. So stand in the back of the chair or use your ball. Curl. And if you have leg cuffs, even better, you're going to work the hamstring. Now, what if you don't have anything like a leg cuff? That's fine. We're going to get you folks, if you have a ball, makes it this much tougher. You can't really see me much, but my feet are probably right on kind of the base of my calf, right before I get to my heel. And I'm going to pick myself up, palms down, head on the ground. And this time, I'm going to lift my hips and keep them up. I'm going to pull the ball toward me. Woo! Keep your hips in the air, pull the ball toward you. So I'm going to see if I can get 10 here. Now, if you're doing the bridge, you can probably do 30 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever you want to do. Or you could do 5 or 6 bridges for a couple of seconds, okay? So this is just the upper level hamstring piece. Again, keep those hips in the air. You're going to feel the hamstring, back of the leg. Some of you might feel the calf just a little bit too, okay? So lots of options here. You could have done a bridge, okay? Several bridges. And again, try to wrap the shoulders underneath you. Lift the chest and try not to tuck the chin. Or you could have used the bowl. Okay, now let's get to chest while we're down here, right? So let's get a little bit upper body here. So you can see me, hopefully. Can you see me? I hope so. Okay. So we're coming here. I've got 2 10s, palms together. I'm just going to turn outward, elbows on the ground. Now, it goes without saying, if you have a bench, awesome. I don't have a bench right here. So we're just bringing our elbows right down to the ground and up. So this is called an A press. Here's the top of the A. Here's the bottom of the A. And here we go. Now, what if you can't get on the ground? What are your options? You could do a wall push-up, perfectly fine. Some folks are not able to get on the ground, not a problem. Beautiful. Let's give it a couple more. Awesome. So if that's of interest to you, you can always do a wall push-up. You can do a push-up up against the countertop. Wherever you need to go for a minute, you can hopefully you can still hear me, okay? So anything to get that chest engaged. Push-ups, as you know, chest presses, which I'm on the floor with. All right, let's go back, get our hamstrings in again. Here we go, second set. So we're still got a leg concentration here. Don't think I forgot about that, okay? Hands down, again, feet on the ball, lift the hips. Your head and palms should be on the ground. Pull that ball toward your bum. Pulling it, feeling the hamstrings. Yeah, now make sure you're trying to keep both hamstrings at the same time because you might pull with the left or the right and feel one engaging without the other. Not good. You don't want to pull a hamstring. You don't want to hurt, okay? So make sure you're putting equal pressure as you pull that ball toward you. Okay, just a couple more. How about one more? Now, what else is happening here? If you're on a ball, your feet could go one way or the other, so you're automatically engaging from your side abs, your obliques. Okay, so that's always good too. And again, if you were doing your bridges, come on up. Make sure that you're coming up to the heels, rolling those shoulders underneath, trying to get the hands underneath you, and coming up, really feeling the glutes here and the hamstrings. Okay, so if you were there, that's fine too. Lastly, let's get some chest presses in. Here's the side view if you want. I've got my feet up if you notice, because if you have your feet down, you could hurt your low back, okay? So we're coming up.
She has her mat down. She'll go in there, I guess, afterwards. But yes.
And we're still doing A presses. If you want to, I'm going to show you the side here.
Go get a vehicle, so they got a car. Meg had no vehicle.
And up.
Yeah, she sold hers like in a minute, so they got a little nice little.
Beautiful. So I want you to feel this in the top of your chest, okay? And again, you've got a nice option to be doing push-ups if you want, okay? All right, so how are we doing for time? Take a look. Robin Dewey, nice to see you. Gail Lopes, Joe Beth. Oh, this is so nice. I hope if you're joining me late and you haven't had a chance to do the warm-up with legs, you can log on to the site and do this later, okay? It's just about 25 minutes or so. So it's legs, chest, and a little bit of shoulders. All right, so we are going to do, oh, this is a tough one. So we've got standing victory pose for leg extensions and calves with a little bit of shoulder as well, okay? So now, you don't need anything right away, but I would say you're probably going to go to your lighter weights now, okay? So I'm going to adjust my camera for a minute. First, we're going to start standing by doing a nice victory pose with a leg extension, working the abs and the top of the legs. And then we'll do our side raises, okay, with the calf raise. So let me come on up. All right, you guys see me okay? So the next thing we're going to do is, this is a fun one. You've all gone to the gym and you've all sat on that seat. It's a leg extension. You sit and then you put your feet underneath that little bar. So both gyms, Fall River and Swansea, have a leg extension. And you're sitting here and you're flexing forward, right? Flexing forward. And you're actually going to bring your toes towards you so you can feel the quads, okay? Very important exercise because we do a lot of squats, we do a lot of lunges, and everything gets those outer quad sweeps. We call that the vastus lateralis, okay? Not that you need to know that. But over time, bending down, walking, squatting, what happens is your patella, the top of your kneecap, starts to track a little bit toward the outer side of your leg. So if we get that vastus medialis, the inside of the leg, which is going to fire on extension, you're going to keep that kneecap right in the center. Okay, so you're going to keep both muscles or sets of muscles in your quad to keep that patella from tracking out to the outside and really feeling like, oh, my knees hurt me. Okay. All right, so let's go. Sound good? I hope. So let's go to, we're going to start with, I'm going to stand on my left foot, nice and strong. And most of you have done yoga before, so you've done a victory pose, okay? Your hands up in a V. So, wow, a V is kind of like my letter of the day. I feel like Sesame Street a little bit. I didn't think of that. But so we're left foot, we bring that right foot up. At any amount, if you feel like you're only going to bring it here, that's fine. If you want to bring it here, that's fine too. If you can bring it up so that your hands can hold it. The only thing is, I don't want you forward. So if your hands can hold it and you can be nice and tall, here's the side view, that's fine, okay? So you don't want to be leaning forward or backward in this, okay? So we're going to come here, we're driving the leg down, we're going to hold that right leg. And if you can, let's bring the hands either to your hips or out to the side, and flex the toes and try to keep that quad line nice and steady. Okay, so we're going to do one leg at a time. Flex the toes. Wow, can you feel that? Here's the side view. Okay, so we're coming here. So try not to lean back. We're here. Now, if you want to get really crazy, you can come on up for the victory pose. Okay, this is not easy. Wow, make sure you're flexing and you're not leaning back. You want to try to stay nice and straight, so you're using the abs here while simultaneously working the legs. Now, you don't have any weight, but you're getting the lower abs here as you're lifting. Let's get to the other side. So we're here, right leg down, bringing the left leg up. Flex the toes and send it forward. Back in, flex and send it forward. Flex and send it forward. Now, you can do this in a chair as well, if this is easier for you. Okay? And again, here's the side view if you need me. Okay? Nice and tall. You don't want to be leaning back. Zip on that tummy. And again, you can have, if you need your leg to be lower, that's fine too. But you should feel, when you flex the toes, bring them toward you, you're going to feel the quad engage. Killer, okay? And again, if you can go to victory pose, that gives you a lot of abs and a lot of balance too. So lots of things are firing. Okay, now let's go to our one more exercise here. We're going to start with calf raises and shoulder raises. So it's going to be all in one. Isn't that neat, right? Transitional movement. So we're going to come out with our heels probably a little bit outside our hips. Hopefully you can see me, okay? Hi, Kath. Carmine's outside, but the cat was in here. I've always got some kind of zoo going on. So we're going to come down. Our heels are a little bit wider than our hips. I think I've done this before. We're going to come down, bringing our dumbbells right in the center. We're going to come up onto our toes and a side raise. You're losing me a little bit on the video, but you get the idea. Okay? So if you feel like that's too much, bring the heels in. Okay? So I just want you to be able to extend onto the toes. Heels, toes, heels, toes, and up. Beautiful. So let's see if we can get 10. Now, what happens, lose my balance. What happens if you want to come here instead? That's perfectly fine. Your lever just isn't as long. Perfectly fine. Who's coming on? Oh, Mrs. H. Wow, I haven't seen you in so long. Raquel, I miss you. You know I miss you. Weight training for women coming soon. Mrs. H, thanks so much for joining me. So we're here, and again, we're getting calves, and we're getting shoulders, okay? So whether you come here or you come here, either way, you're going to get the medial shoulder head, okay? Here, a little bit tougher. Here, not as tough. Just shorten the lever. Okay, so let's go back one last time to those victory leg extensions. Love them. So again, let's anchor the left leg down, come on up to the right, flex the toes. Any height here, doesn't have to be all the way up. Remember, it's only as high as you feel you can hold without coming forward. You want to be on a nice line, okay? A nice line. So here, again, just like the leg extension at both clubs, Fall River and Swansea, flex the toes if you want to put your hands here, here, here in victory, because you are strong. We are working the core. We're working the shoulders if you got your hands up high. We're flexing the toes, and we're really feeling that vastus medialis, bringing that kneecap back into center. Woo! Again, try not to lean back. I'm going to come here so you can see me. Try not to lean back. Flex the toes. Stay in a nice straight line with the body. Don't lean back or forward. Let's try the left leg, or whatever leg you haven't done. Anchor my right leg down. Come on up. Hold. Flex. Send that leg out. So again, you can be low. You can be doing this from a chair. You can be here. You can be here. Woo, it's almost supper time. I'm feeling it. I hope you guys are working with me. Cassie, great workout today, my friend. Woo. Cash, you got to see the setup I got. It's got a light. It's got a tripod. Next phone call, I'll show you guys. Woo, feeling it, feeling it. Shake it out. So we've done everything. We've done quads, we've done hamstrings, we've done outer glutes, we've done inner thighs. We've got one last thing to do, calves, shoulder raises. You can have your supper, I promise. Let's grab our small dumbbells. Again, bring in those heels outside the hips just a little bit. Coming on down, up onto the toes. Give me a side raise. Whew. You know, I always start these workouts and I say, oh, this will go by fast. This will, I already did like a 20-mile bike ride this morning, so I got my cardio in. And I thought, all right, this is just a little bit of, a little teaser. It's not really my lifting day. Lifting days are Mondays and Fridays, and Wednesdays if I can. So, but man, I always manage to, when I'm done with this, feel like, holy schmoly, I really feel this. So we're coming up onto the toes. You're getting the calves and the shoulders. How about one more? Dawn's saying that's 20, not 10. All right, so we get rid of them. I did 2 sets of some and 3 sets of another. Remember, anything that works for you. It's about just making yourself move in any way you can. Lots of options. Strength training is so, so important. We're doing a lot of cardio. Some people doing yoga. You got to get some light strength. Really helps with bone density, both men and women, no matter what age, shape, or size. Don't forget, thanks for joining me today. 5 p.m. Tuesday afternoons, Facebook Live. You don't have to watch it live. If you want to save this for later because you're eating your supper, many of you told me you're drinking a glass of wine watching this. I'm not disappointed, but I do understand. So you can save this, do it later, maybe tomorrow morning. You can catch any of the instructors' workouts. They're all on that page, YMCA Southcoast, group exercise classes, tons of classes each day for you, for your kids, for your family members, whatever you want to do. Don't forget about the online wellness challenge as well. We're kind of coming to the end of it, but there's still lots of valuable information that you guys can grab about calories, about nutrition, about cardio, about heart rate, about family emotional connections and how you're feeling right now, and you know what you can do to hopefully help yourself get through this difficult time. I'm Kerry McElroy. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Again, post for me down below. Thanks for joining me.